Welcome to Mccrackins Corner. Our guest today is Rockin, Jimmy Herter. How you doing today, Jim?
Hey, great to be here. And we say, hey, we got to regroup here. We got to reinvent ourselves. Let's find some other guys to play with. So I answered an ad in the paper, and it turned out to be the Dell Vikings. The Dell Vikings had a couple hit songs like "Come Go With Me" and "Whispering Bells." Oh, now, darling, come and go with me. Hey, that's Rockin' Jimmy, Frick Johnson. Yep. Daily Planet was opening. It was the backup band for Bo Diddley, the Flatters and the Coasters and stuff like that. And I did a couple gigs as Bo Diddley's guitar player. You know, and these blues cats, they worship Bo Diddley. You know, and here I am, just yeah, sure, oh, Bo Diddley. He plays an E, G, and A. He plays open tuning guitar, and then he turns a little switch and he goes, wee, 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 wee. What did I know? That was the Daily Planet.
Well, that was the Daily
era.
Planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We met Nicolette. We were already the Rockin' Jimmies right then. This was all happening right here when Rockin' Jimmies reinvented themselves. We started a side band called the Gumbies, which in, let's see, 1984.
I remember that toy.
We were doing a 60s revival.
A 60s revival?
Well, yeah. 60s cover band. Just 60s. In the 80s. I think it was still a little too soon for it, but it really went over well until we got a letter from Art Clokey's attorneys saying cease and desist with the Gumby name, because Art Clokey was the developer of the Gumby show.
Okay. And
he sent us a letter to cease and desist using the name because he already had a band in San Francisco called the Gumbies. Rockin' Jimmies are out on the road with Nicolette Larson, and also when we come back...
So you're just back to Rockin' Jimmies now?
We're playing... This is 84, 85. We're playing the clubs in town. We settled into a club in Marina Del Rey. Brennan's, home of the turtle racing. You know, Nicolette would come in and a bunch of people would come in. You want to get people out to your gigs? Get a celebrity to come by. You know, do you know any celebrities? Bring them out to your show a couple times a week. So they'll say, hey, Nicolette's been coming into the bar over at Brennan's on Tuesday nights. Oh, wow, let's go. And then, you know, builds up the attendance. Weird Al starts coming in, and then, you know, more and more.
Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah. And then, you know, and also at Brennan's. Did you play with him? No, I never did get a chance to play with him. But at Brennan's, we had a couple stars on stage. You know, Andrew Gold would come and play with us. We had Nicolette would come sit in and play with us at Brennan's. We had a number of rock stars that would come out to Brennan's to see us. You know.
Was this your 60s revival to see?
No, this was Rockin' Jimmy's.
Rockin'
Jimmy's was, we still played a lot of 60s just because, you know, it fit in. But we played some more current stuff and our originals. But it's hard. When you're in a cover situation, people want to dance and you want to play one of your original songs. It's hard, you know, educating the audience. Trying to stick your originals into a cover set is a little harder.
Note to self.
Note, guys, that's right. Do you have any rock stars you can bring out, you know, on a current basis? It works. 85, 86, 87, we're still playing out with Nicolette. Flying to do one gig out in Kansas.
So now you guys are flying around the country.
Well, now we're flying. The first tour with Nicolette, the bus pulls up in front of the band house on San Vicente, down, and we're loading up the tour bus, and I'm going, yeah, this is great, man. This is cool. We're throwing our amps in the tour bus. We get into somewhere in Nevada, and the bus breaks down. So we have to be up in Wyoming by tomorrow. So they find an airplane for us, and this 9-seater plane, and we're looking at this plane, and we're looking at all our equipment, and the manager is standing there looking at the pedal steel guitar that Dan Dugmore plays. And he goes, well, it's kind of heavy. Well, put it in. We'll chance it. And this plane's taking off like this. It's going sideways. This thing's going, and I'm going,
because it's so heavy.
God, yeah. And I've never been on one of these little, you know, puddle jumpers. You know, going, oh man, what did we get ourselves into? But yeah, we got up there in time and played the gig. We were a little tired, but that was our very first gig with Nicolette out on the road.
How long did you guys play together? at that point?
Started playing with Jimmy Caprio in 1974, we'll say. So there we were, 84, only 10 years, you know. I figured, we'll be in LA a couple years, and then we'll make a record, and, you know, and then we'll move up to the Hollywood Hills, you know. I figured a couple years. Got out to LA in 78, and I moved back to Chicago in 97, in much need of a haircut and a real job.
So were you done playing at that time, or did you just...
No, I mean, I did take a break when I got back to Chicago. No, we were playing. I mean, we had a great wedding band, and we made good money on just playing we were playing three-piece. You know, three guys, everybody knows you can feed more guys more often with the money you make as a three-piece.
Oh, sure, the less mouths. Yeah.
You know, New Invaders, we have 9 people in that band now, so you gotta make some money.
Sure.
You gotta charge a little bit for it, for everybody to make $100 a piece, you know, and you want to make more, so you figure it out.
So you come back in 97, you go get a haircut.
And I got a job with my sister's construction company.
Okay.
Which I was pretty well suited for. You know, I knew I worked construction my whole life, and I got a job. She started me at $10 an hour, and I was ready to quit. I mean, thanks a lot. I move all the way out here. It cost me $3 grand to move here on credit cards that I was already maxed out on, and she starts me at $10 an hour. Well, at the end of a week, I had $400. I go, wow, I got $400. I could go buy a guitar or something. You know?
Forget the credit cards.
In 98, after my girlfriend smashed my beautiful 1972 Guild D35 against the door. Oopsie, the guitar smashing biatch, we would call her. Met up with a band called Montgomery Street. We had a 14-piece band.
What kind of music did they play?
It was, you know, the horn songs like
Chicago or something.
There was 1 or 2 Chicago numbers. You know, the Buckinghams are always big for the horn bands.
Ides of March.
Ides of March. You have to do vehicle if you got a horn band.
Yeah.
You know, you have to at least know it, whether you do it all the time. And it was a great band, but we'd do 2 gigs a year or something. You know, there's like so many guys in it. It's like, I'm serious, I never learned all their names.
Did you have a stage size requirement? I'm just kidding.
Actually, the name of that band, the big band,
yeah,
that was called Skyline.
Skyline.
Which I transitioned from Skyline into Montgomery Street. That was a separate band. So when I got back here in 98, it took me a couple years, but I did get into that big horn band, 14 pieces. That was called Skyline, actually. But Dave Brown, the leader of that band, also had another band called Montgomery Street, and he asked me to join that one again. In Montgomery Street, I became the musical director of that band because the other guys were in it for fun. Mm-hmm. They'd say, well, Jimmy, this is just for fun. And I'd say, well, it's not fun if it doesn't sound good for me, you know.
Yeah.
So I whipped them into shape, and we got some great gigs. We played all the yacht clubs up and down the lakefront. We actually got a gig in Berlin, Germany. We flew for a one-nighter.
How was that when you went to Berlin?
It was great fun. It was awesome, man. We played a cool club. It was for a Illinois Tourism Bureau, I think, got us out there somehow.
Oh, okay.
For a while there, we were pretty hot. And we went on from about 2000...
Now, did you do vocals in Montgomery Street?
I did, yeah.
And you played the piano?
Piano and guitar.
And the guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked those guys. They let me play piano. Well, that went on for a few years until I saw New Invaders. They're playing at a little club in Tinley Park, and I'm listening to these guys, and they're playing all the 60s stuff like the Gumbies did, or like the Rockin' Jimmies and Daily Planet did, you know, back in the day, Wooden Planet. All those bands I was in, we played all those songs, and I'm listening to them. When they took a break, I ran up to Dave Nuccio, the leader of the New Invaders, and I said, man, I know all these songs you're playing. If you need a sub, let me know, man. Here's my card. Give me a call. And before you know it, I was subbing in the New Invaders.
Now, were you working in music full time, or were you still doing your other job?
Oh no, I had the construction job.
Oh, so
the New Invaders got a little heavier with the New Invaders once. But again, for 2 years, I was either subbing for Joe Garcia or subbing for Drew Roberts.
And how long had New Invaders been around before you introduced yourself to them?
We've been together 12,
Oh, okay.
14 years or something, because they've had their 30th year anniversary of playing together. As they could say the New Invaders, but they had a wedding band called Moonlighting.
Prior?
Yeah.
Okay. When you got into New Invaders, you started subbing for whoever, so you could do anything that was required.
Yeah, well, they wanted me as a guitar player, so I would sub for Joe Garcia and sing a couple of his songs, or I could sub for Drew and sing his songs. So I was a natural fit there.
It was comfortable for you?
Yeah, it was perfect.
So you subbed with them for how long?
It was 2 years. You sub for a couple years, and there's no pressure.
So you got into the New Invaders when exactly?
Full time, 2004,
so 14 years.
2005. Yeah, there's your 14 years.
Sure.
Yeah, that Melody and I have been in the band. The idea of the New Invaders at concept was to be playing British invasion music, hence, and America's answer to the British invasion. Now we're the New Invaders, bringing you that British invasion music.
And so everybody sings, which is incredible. I mean, everybody in your band
gets
up
there and
sings.
Man,
I mean, it's unbelievable. I've seen a show where maybe one or two of the people sing, but I mean, every single member sings in the band.
Everybody's singing.
That's incredible. And they do well. They do very well.
Very talented group, and we like getting everybody up there to sing. It's it's what we do. We're switching instruments around. Joe goes back to the drums, and Heath gets up in front, and he's amazing up front as a front man, a lead vocalist. He's very, very cool to watch. And him and Melody will get together and sing a couple numbers. It's musical chairs, and some bands can't pull it off.
And now in your band too, in New Invaders, any of the musicians in that band, you guys can play anybody's part, correct?
We can.
I mean, I've seen as a spectator or a fan, everybody moves around to different positions and plays it like they've been doing it their whole life.
Yeah, it's
pretty incredible.
Well, Joe Garcia is multi-talented. He can get back there and play the drums like nobody's business, and playing bass, you should hear right away. You can hear the difference, man. When he plays bass, it's so solid. We do a bit of musical chairs. I'll run over to the keyboard when Melody's dad gets up there in front to sing. And New Invaders aren't playing the easiest songs to play. We're playing them live. We're not doing them with tracks.
Janis Joplin that's incredible. Incredible.
Melody has really come into her own on the vocals. I mean, she's kicking it out like nobody's, like nobody.
What's your favorite song performed in New Invaders?
As far as execution, you mean?
Yes.
Pulling it off?
Yeah.
And stuff? Well, a lot of it does have to do with the vocal. When I sing my Led Zeppelin numbers, that I get a lot of the mileage out of, believe me, and when I suggested that we do Whole Lot of Love, the band goes, how are we supposed to do Whole Lot of Love?
Oh, that's fantastic.
How are we going to do that with that whole middle part and all that stuff? Come on. I said, just try it, okay? And we're at a rehearsal, and I go down, down, down. And at the end of it, when we were done playing it for the very first time, it was like dead silence. They were like, yeah, okay, all right. They were sold. This year, they're bringing back Sweet Judy Blue Eyes.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
The first year we broke that out.
The audience, when you guys play that, the audience is, including myself, is just in awe.
Sweet Judy Blue Eyes is back on the set list for this year, which is the 50th anniversary of Woodstock.
Now let me ask you about some of your instruments that you have on stage.
I have 2 saxes, the flute, and 4 guitars.
4 guitars?
Occasionally I'll use the harmonica right there.
Well, Rockin' Jimmy Herter, thank you for coming to Mccrackins Corner. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Ed.
it.
My pleasure, man.
What a story. Oh my God. Beautiful history. This is Jimmy Herter from New Invaders,
Thanks,
Mccrackins
guys.
Corner. McCrackin' out!